Hey there and welcome to Muse Themes. We have a brand new template ready to go and I think it's absolutely beautiful. So I thought I'd do a quick video overview kind of explaining some of the particulars of this template and some of the things that are a little bit unique about it. So as you can see here, it's called Platform, and Platform was designed as an architectural company site. However, it works really well for any sort of service-based business. It's a single page site, so it uses anchors, and we have kind of a pinned navigation bar here. So when I click on one of the buttons, it scrolls down to various parts of the page. The navigation bar actually as well, when you start to scroll down, you can see that it kind of shifts into the proper position, which is something you don't see in very many Muse sites. Obviously, we have this really kind of stunning video header here with our text ticker widget scrolling in front. So let me show you how we did some of these in Muse. I won't go through the basics like changing the names of the links on the menu, but I'll show you the kind of more detailed parts of it. So if we go into the file here, you'll notice that first of all, there's this orange box off to the left. Now, if you haven't used it before, this is our page preloaders widget, and all this does is force a preloader. So let me preview this again. And this preloader, that's based on that widget. So because the site has a video in it, it might load a little bit slower than some. So that's why we've put the preloader in. To change the preloader, just go ahead and click on the flyout panel on it, and you can style it up right from there. We have another video on this preloader if you need help. The next thing, the navigation bar. So you remember that nav was kind of shifting out into place. Now, usually you do that with pinning, but we were able to do this all just using simple scroll effects. So if you click on that, you can see that it's not actually pinned at all. So as far as swapping out your logo, just click on it, right click, replace image, select your new logo. The menu here, there's not two menus layered sort of thing. It's just the one menu. And so you can go ahead and click into these labels and you can change them to say whatever you want. And they're just linked to various anchors throughout the page. So as you can see up here, there's an anchor called Home. And then if we scroll down, of course, there's an anchor called Services right here. And all of these various menu items link up to those anchors. The next thing we have is the video here. So there's kind of a whole pile of stuff going on right on this area. And let me go back to the video on the browser. And you can see that there's kind of this texture over top of the video. So that's actually a pattern overlay applied in Muse. And so if we click on what you'd think would be the video and move it, you can see that it's not actually the video. The video is sitting here behind. So what's in this box is that pattern. And you can see that set up in the fill drop down, and then there's an image applied and it's called pattern lines, and it's a PNG image, so it has transparency, and then we have the opacity just set down kind of around 40% here. So what that does is creates that overlay effect over top of the video. If we were to move that out of the way, then below that we have the actual video, and this is achieved using our full width video widget. So if we click on the flyout panel for that, then we have the ability to change these videos to anything you want to use. Now we have the text ticker widget sitting on top of that, which again has its own flyout panel. And if you haven't used this one before, I think we actually offer this one free, but it's very easy to use. You just simply enter in all of the text in the various ticker numbers that you want here, and you can set the speed and the effect for the ticker to work. Now if we scroll down a little bit, you see that we have this kind of faded image below. Now I didn't actually edit the image before I dropped it in. We've achieved this fade by creating a box here in Muse. So you can see that when I move that it just goes from transparent to white. And so the way that we did that was within the fill dropdown, we have a gradient fill set, and we have the opacity set from 0 to 100, and then with the color just white to white. So basically we're going from completely transparent to solid white down here, and that's what gives it that gradient effect. So you don't need to worry about editing your image first before you drop it in. Now this area is all just simple text boxes. Now for this section, what we did is we created state buttons. So the state buttons have various rollover states, and if we click on one of those and go up to the normal state here and we click on rollover, you can see the state button has this design elements kind of caption in the middle. And if you click on that, it's linked up to a gallery, a full screen gallery. So the gallery is actually sitting as a sub-level page here in Muse on the plan view. And you can create this on the sub level. You could move it up here and have it just beside it. It doesn't matter because this widget or this template is not using an automatic menu widget. So there's no names being automatically pulled in. So I just put it down below. I think that's a better spot for it. And you could create as many galleries as you wanted. Gallery 2, Gallery 3, etc. So then on the actual template here, whoops, let me go back up there. You can see that the state button, if I click on it, is just linked up to that gallery page. If you created other gallery pages, then just change the link to Gallery 2, just like that. Now, if we keep going down, we have an About page here, which actually uses the same gradient effect, but this time we did it kind of top to bottom. We also have a Meet the Team area, which uses a nice state button as a simple rollover. So if you click on one of the kind of team members here and you look at the rollover state, you can see that you can actually set a Twitter and a Facebook link for each of the team members. So again, that's contained within the rollover state. You're not going to see that unless you go ahead and change the state up here on the menu. And keep going down, we have a nice little slider, which is our behind the scenes slider. And so this is just a basic Muse widget. So you can go ahead and style the buttons or anything as needed. But the easiest way to put images into this slider is to simply click on it, click on the flyout panel, and there's an add images folder here. And if you do that, then you can select any images you want to add to this. Now we'll keep going down to the bottom and we have a contact form, which you've probably used 1,000 times before in Muse. So you can style that up or edit it as needed. And then just on the bottom here, we have a simple footer and a newsletter sign up. So the newsletter sign up is just a contact form as well. It's not linking up to any sort of MailChimp or Campaign Monitor or anything like that. To do that, you'd have to embed the forms that they provide you. But this will work well if you're not collecting thousands and thousands of signups every day. So that's kind of overview of this template. As I said before, I think it's probably one of my favorite templates on the site because it's just so stunning and I think it just works really well for what it needs to do. So enjoy, and if you have any trouble or questions, please do send us a note. Thanks again.